Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Sailing Me Sea. Last time we were back at the shipyard in Preveza, where we carried out all the necessary maintenance and repairs. I realized this topic wasn't interesting to all of you, but that's just part of boating life, and hopefully someone learned something from it. This episode is going to be completely different. We'll cast off, hoist the sails, and point our bow south again. There's plenty of challenging stuff on the agenda, so stay tuned and enjoy. Good morning! We are back in the water and we had our first night at anchor just in front of the marina of the Actio Marina, where we spent summer on land. And first night was rather a calm night, but hot. Now today we are spending one more last day here in Preveza. We're taking the dinghy and heading for shore because our neighbor yesterday, the Frenchman, told us that this area was known for his shrimps. These are blue shrimps and they must be very delicious. So we're heading over to town to Preveza for the last time and look for these shrimps so we can cook them tonight for dinner or maybe tomorrow.
A little bit hot today.
So we found a fish shop. Let's ask if they have these shrimps. And they had them. Now we were truly ready to leave Preveza behind and explore new horizons. So guys, we just left our anchorage at Preveza after more than 2 months. And now we are heading for Lefkas. Here behind me is the Actio Marina, where we stood on land. And besides we have the Ionian Marina and also the Cleopatra Marina. Now big thumbs up for the Actio Marina. They were really friendly, really helpful, have reasonable prices. And yeah, I cannot say a wrong word about them. The service they offer to bring you every day to the town of Preveza for free is fantastic. And yeah, so there are also 2 restaurants here at the promenade, and we had a meal in both of them. But overall, the first one at the Cleopatra Marina has my preference. So if you ever be here, have a meal over there. They have great moussaka and yeah, friendly staff. So bye bye Preveza. So now we are running on engine for almost half an hour now. And it's time to check our new alternator, how he's doing. Let's have a look. So the alternator temperature is now 78 degrees. So that's quite okay. And I installed it when the temperature rises above 85 degrees. The security kicked in. So now it's only producing 35 amps of current into the batteries. So normally the wires don't get overheated now. Happy with the result. This time we decided to head south via the swing bridge at Lefkas. We hadn't fully explored the stretch between the islands and the mainland last time, and we thought it was definitely worth doing.
So we are on time for the bridge. 15 minutes wait.
It's nice that it's a bit overcast today, so it's not so hot anymore. Really nice, but there's not much wind, so we won't be sailing a lot today. Once through the bridge, we arrived in a completely different world. An area of pure tranquility, without waves, and with it, as the icing on the cake, a gentle breeze.
And look who I found.
Best spot on board. Nice breeze. Just the Genoa is up. I can have a good lookout over here, so very nice. Next anchorage, Elia Beach, on the island of Ionian Sea, one of the most idyllic spots in the area. One.
It's okay for the first one?
Yeah, I just have to put some protection on the rope because the rocks are really sharp. So, but we're good for now. Now I'm gonna see if my anchor holds up. I think the anchor sits quite well. Okay, let's do the other one. What a wonderful spot. Good morning, and a beautiful morning it is. It's now 7 o'clock in the morning and sun is coming up, and we are preparing ourselves now to go to the next destination, and that will be Astakos. Trip of only 20 nautical miles. It's nice when you leave early, then you are on time on the next destination, and there is still plenty of room to anchor, and you still have some time left to take the dinghy and go ashore to have a look at the town. And tomorrow we'll go to the next destination, because our ultimate goal the next month is Crete, where some friends of ours have planned a holiday and we would like to spend this with them. So it's always good to have a goal, no?
Okay?
It's okay. Here in the corner is Astakos located. It's not a big town, there's not so much to see, but there's a nice anchorage and you can fill up your diesel tank over there. So we're gonna drop our anchor on the beach and then head down into town with our dinghy and search for the harbor master or search for a telephone where we can order some diesel for tomorrow, and at what time we can go on to the pontoon then to fill up our tank. And so it turns out once again that the destination is decided not because we necessarily want to see something here, but because of practical matters such as fuel in this case. Since there wasn't much to do in the town,
It's 2 o'clock and all the shops are closing till 5 o'clock.
we decided to go back to the boat and prepare our blue shrimps from Preveza. So guys, it's time for cooking dinner. And I'm gonna show you how I make these shrimps. I don't have much choice from vegetables, so we're gonna use some carrots and onions. And for the sauce, we'll just make a fish fumet with some cream and garlic, and that should be just fine. So I heated up my olive oil, and now I'm gonna fry a bit of garlic in the oil so that the oil gets a nice flavor of garlic. The next step in the process is to fry the shrimp shells to create a delicious fumet as a base for the sauce. So I just used some white pepper and some cayenne pepper just to spice it up a little bit. Now I don't know if you can hear it, but in the meantime we're having a small thunderstorm outside. So once in a while you can hear a crack. It's not the boat, it's just the lightning and the thunder. And as soon as the harnesses gets their nice red color, then I just put them under some water. And I found some concentrated shrimp paste that I'm also gonna use to put some extra flavor into my sauce. And normally at home I would let it boil for at least 1 hour, but because we are on board and we don't have unlimited energy, I'm just gonna whoa, what a thunder strike! I'm just gonna let it cook for only 15 minutes now. Let's have a look outside. Oh, it got worse the last 15 minutes. Next step of the process, again some olive oil, some garlic, and now it's time for the shrimps. Remove the insides of the shrimps because sometimes it gives a bitter taste, so we take the time to clean them properly. Again, some spices. This is just a mix that I use, especially for shrimps. Now I just fry them shortly so that they stay crispy when they go in the sauce later. But I fry them first because then you can give them the right flavor with the garlic and the spices. And later on they will be boiled further on in the sauce. And now it's time for the vegetables. Some white pepper. And some salt. So I just put the vis fumé on top of the vegetables. And now it's time for adding the cream. And to make the sauce a little bit thicker, I use this maizena. Normally I use roux, but that's not everywhere available, so now I have to roll with the things I've got. So it's gonna be maizena, just a little bit of that powder, adding some cold water. Stir it up. It's always a bit of a gamble how much you must use of this stuff. So I make some and then I use just bit by bit until I find that the sauce is thick enough. All that's left for us now is to cook some pasta and enjoy. Good food. Good morning. At the moment we are already at the dock waiting for the diesel guy to show up with his little tanker and to fill up our diesel tank. So now we just have to wait. And there he is. So the diesel tank is filled and now we are heading further south. The wind is picking up a little bit, but it's still coming too much from the front and there's not enough space to start tacking, so I'll wait a little bit longer and hopefully we can sail a few hours today. And this is where I hoped for. The wind picked up nicely and we are now heading for Kylinis. Kylinis is across the inlet. On my left side is the inlet to the Kefalonia Canal, where this is the cut through for Athens. But we are sailing around the coast, so we are passing this inlet. It's another trip of 3 hours, I suspect, on this speed. So we're doing very well. We're sailing now on, we're having 11 knots of wind and our Missy is doing 6.3 knots speed over ground. So the anti-fouling is doing his job nicely. We have a real smooth hull. So we're almost there, and the wind has dropped to 15 knots now, and I hope I can find a spot behind this breakwater, then we won't have any trouble with the waves also, so fingers crossed. And we got where I hoped for. How nice and calm is this? Safe behind the breakwater. And what's for dinner tonight?
Cucumber salads. Yes. Chopped cucumber, onion, cream, vinegar, and we put some pepper on it. A little salt. It's a recipe from our mother. We're gonna eat it today with boiled potatoes and really good steak.
Yeah, show me the steak. Karen bought this morning in a hurry a steak at the butcher shop, but it's really incredible, the meat in Greece.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So that's a nice T-bone.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah. It's gonna be very tasty.
And how is the steak?
It has a very good taste, but you need good teeth to bite it.
That's the first time that we have that.
No, but really good taste. Today we are heading for one of the most famous islands in Greece, Zakynthos. We are starting this trip around the island on the south side. We're planning to anchor at Caretta. Caretta is located next to a natural park where we can visit the sea turtles. It's a famous spot for the breeding of the sea turtles, so that's one of the highlights of Zakynthos. Zakynthos is also known by the young people as a party island, but that's nothing that we are going to explore. We are going for some other highlights. We started on the south side of the island because the wind is blowing us in that direction now. Wind is coming from the west, so we cannot start our tour in the north side. And also in 2 days they are expecting some bad weather, some rain and winds that are coming from the south. So I decided to start on the south side and then work our way up to the north via the west side of via the west coast of Zakynthos. In the northwest side of Zakynthos there's also another famous spot, and that's Shipwreck Beach. It's a small beach where a shipwreck is landed on the beach, but it is prohibited to go ashore this year because there is danger that the cork rocks behind the ship can collapse, and that's something they want to avoid. So we're just gonna pass by this shipwreck and take some nice pictures of this idyllic spot. So this is the south tip of Zakynthos, where we are heading for, and just around the corner is Caretta. And over there is the city of Zakynthos itself. But that's for in a few days. As you can see, we're having light winds, but just enough to push us forward. We're having 7 knots of wind and we're doing 3.4, 3.5 speed over ground. But it's only a trip of 9 miles to the tip of Zakynthos, so in a few hours we will be there already. So we are now at the southerly tip of Zakynthos, and this is the breeding area of the sea turtles. So this is a natural park. I don't know if you may come over here to visit with a dinghy. I don't think so, but I'm gonna look it up. So I looked it up in the pilot, and this is Zone A, and that's forbidden to enter or moor in this area with any vessel. And then we have a little bit further Zone B, and in Zone B you may enter, but at the maximum speed of 6 knots, and you may also not anchor over there. And the Zone C is where we are heading for, and there you may not exceed speed over 6 knots, but you may anchor or more in that area. While there may be a nature reserve designated for turtle breeding, the area where you are allowed is overrun by tourist boats. And if a turtle is spotted, they all rush to admire it without regard for anyone or anything. It's said that they sometimes even collide with anchored boats while hunting for the poor creatures. So be warned if you want to anchor there. As you can see, all day long tourist boats go up and down from the marina to this island and bringing loads of tourists to this island and back. Business as usual. And right in front of us is our anchorage, far away from the hustle. Should be nice and calm. Change of plans. Instead of the quiet anchorage nearby Kerry, we have chosen for the crowdy beach of Laganas. Because it's easier for us to go ashore with the dinghy, because the other anchorage was too far for us to get here. So here we are, and we'll see what we get tonight, because it's Saturday night, so disco night.
We are on land and we have I think a nice spot for the dinghy. And we are not far away from the rock with the sheets. So we're gonna take a walk.
But we didn't walk very far. We couldn't resist to enter this typical Greek restaurant. So
Look nice here.
yeah, very pleasant. So we first enjoyed a nice meal before continuing to explore the town. So what do we have here? We have these Greek meatballs in tomato sauce, feta cheese, and a Greek salad.
And what is the main course?
What do you think? Sardines. A plate of sardines a day keeps the doctor away.
That's something new. And that's my main course. Mussels with rice and some onions. It looks good. Bon appetit.
Thank you. So we just had our nice dinner in that typical Greek restaurant, and now we are trying to find our way to town. You really have to be careful here because
The red or zip.
yeah, there are a lot of traffic here in these dark, narrow streets. we decided to turn back. We were already walking half an hour now, and we weren't still there, so time to go back. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and the madness has already begun. They probably found one lost turtle and everybody is heading over there like fools and scaring this poor beast. And we are almost ready to raise the anchor and head over to Turtle Island. I'm gonna anchor a bit nearby so we can reach this island with the dinghy with our electric battery, because from here the distance is a bit too far. It's 2.1 nautical miles to the island, and yeah, maximum capacity of my battery is 5 miles at full propulsion, but I'm not gonna take the risk.
And we arrived.
While it's a fun excursion if you're on holiday in Zakynthos, you don't have to come to see the turtles. Aside from a fenced-off area and some wooden structures supposedly hiding the eggs, we didn't see anything that looked like turtles. Still, I didn't regret coming here to take a look and go for a swim. And if Karen goes for a swim, that means it's bloody hot. Otherwise, she won't go in the water. I think it's time to go. It's getting too crowded. Look.
There is a boat.
Yeah?
It's like in India.
Oh yeah.
Overloaded.
Yeah. Maybe 30 people on that small boat. So that was our visit to Turtle Island. We haven't seen any turtles, but it was a nice beach and I'm happy that I have been there. But now we're heading for our next destination, and that's gonna be the Blue Caves. But that will be for next time, along with a visit to the famous Shipwreck Beach. It will also turn out that sailing isn't all sunshine and roses. We're in for one of our toughest nights yet. As you can see, there's still plenty to experience, so stay tuned for our further adventures. Thanks for watching and see you soon, guys. Bye.
James,
James.
with it.
James, can I have a Bacardi Cola, please?